Hey everybody, welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. Today we're going to be working on this little stock trailer that I have. My dad gave me this trailer. He had it on his farm for years and years, and he finally decided to get out of the livestock business. So he asked me if I wanted it, and yeah, I took it, but it needs a little TLC. It's your typical farm trailer. If you see, it's got almost every light that's supposed to be on it busted off of it. So what I've got today is I've got a new light kit. I'm going to replace the tail lights on it and put a new harness on it so I can connect it up to the truck and be a little safer when I pull it. So let's get started. Here's what I got to try to repair the trailer. I got a light kit that includes both rear tail lights and some side marker lights and the wiring harness. So this should be an all-inclusive kit. We'll open it up and see what all it does include. And then I've got a couple of safety chain hooks. The trailer does have safety chains on it, but they don't really have the type of hooks that have this little spring-loaded clasp that keeps the chain from coming unhooked. So I want to add those. So let's go ahead and open up the light kit here and see what it includes. I got this light kit at Tractor Supply, but I was also at Ace Hardware just the other day and I saw the exact same kit. So you can get it at Ace Hardware too. Let me see if I can cut this open. I have these little seals. This is from Hopkins, who makes this, and I've seen quite a few products from them, trailer-related products. Okay, so let's see what all we got. We've got the two side marker lights, which the trailer does not have side marker lights on it currently, so these will be a nice addition. You have the tail lights, and I believe this one has the clear lens on the bottom for your plate, so it shines down onto your plate. This one is just your regular one, and then it has wires, okay, with a connector, and that's interesting. That is a female connector, and normally your wiring harness has a male connector. That's kind of interesting. And then you've got a bunch of little crimp in connectors, or these are, I guess, to put on your trailer to route the wires. And there's some crimps there and some wire nuts, and then the hardware to connect these. So I think that's interesting that this has a female end on it, because my other trailers have a male end. So I take that back. I went out to the truck, and this is the correct connector. It's just a little different than the one that I currently have, which doesn't have these 3 pins here encased in plastic. It basically, those parts are cut out and exposed, and then you just have this little piece that plugs in. So when I first looked at that, I thought this was a female connector, but it's a male. It's the right one. It just has this extra little rubber piece around it. So as you can see, the tail lights have seen better days. They are pretty well non-existent. So I've got a new light kit that I got from Tractor Supply. I'm gonna put new tail lights on it, and then a new wiring harness. It doesn't have a wiring harness at all. I think what's remnants of one here. And then I'm gonna upgrade the safety chains a bit too. I don't like these hooks on the safety chains. They don't have any clip to keep them from coming unhooked, so I'm gonna put some clips on the end of those also. So let's get at it. All right, let's get started with a little PB blaster here, and see if we can juice up these screws a little bit, or nuts on here. See if they'll come off. Do that side, And we'll do the other side here too. All right, we'll let that set for a minute. And also I saw on the front here this ground screw. I'm going to go ahead and put some on that. Hopefully we'll be able to fix that one too. All right, let's see if we can get these rusty crusties off of here. This is 7/16. Oh man, it's turning on the inside. How's that even possible? I thought that was a carriage bolt. When I turn that other one, these are just turning on this side, this one, which, like I said, I thought it was a carriage bolt. You should have a square head on it to prevent it from turning, but it's just spinning around. Let's get something to fix that. I'll try a pair of channel locks and see if I can hold this. If not, I'll just cut them off because there's nothing I'm trying to save on here. I don't know if there's any way to get a grip on any of this or not. What I'm doing is just bending that metal that's around there. Okay, so that's kind of bent that metal up. Let's see what happens. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Now she's working. Oh, easier than I thought to get off. Okay, there's one. Let's do the same thing for the other one. Oh yeah, once you got them started, they come right off. Alright, there we go. And you kind of see what I had to do there, just bend those metal pieces over. But that's off of there. Let's go get the next one off. Alright, I'll just do the same way I did before. Just kind of squeeze it and bend it and grab it. All right, that's step one. Get the old stuff off. All right, I've got the new tail light, and these come with a little arrow here that says top, so you can't really put them on wrong, I guess. And it does say curbside here too, so it gives you a couple of instructions on how to put those on. Let's see, are they going to fit my holes? Yes, they do. I think what I'll do, this came with some split washers or lock washers, but I think what I'll do is get some flat washers to go on here too. That's always good. So let me grab some flat washers. All right, I got a couple of flat washers here. Let me slide this back in. And flat washer, lock washer, or split washer, whatever you prefer to call it. And get your nut on there. All right, now these newfangledy ones are a 10 millimeter nut instead of a 7/16. So I had to switch wrenches. I'm not gonna tighten these too tight because they are plastic and I don't want to break them. So there's our first one. Let's do the next one. Now this one has a light for a plate tag light, which we don't have a plate yet for this trailer, and maybe won't even get one since it's going to be used mainly here around the farm. All right, easy as that. I'm gonna pop this one back off because when I went in to pick up my wires, I noticed it did come with a plate holder. And like I said, don't know that we're going to use that or not, but I'll go ahead and put it on. Otherwise, if I do decide to use it and go to look for it, I'll never be able to find it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slide that on. Kind of goes right behind here. Think like that. And then back in my hold. Yeah, so that makes the plate. I don't think it would go the other way. Doesn't make much sense to go the other way, does it? No, because then I put it on this way, the plate is way out in front of the light, so it's got to go on like this, so that when you put the plate on, the light actually shines onto your plate. Now put our washers and our nuts back on. There we go. Got our plate on there now. Plate holder at least. And then we have our wiring harness, and it's color coded so that like this light here, we have the yellow and brown, which goes here, and then the other side is the green and brown, and then we have our ground, which goes up. So now all I have to do is run this up through the bottom of the trailer somewhere where it's out of the way and not going to get pulled out. And you can see there's already some pieces of the old wiring here, so I'll clip that out also. Now there is a pipe under here that runs the wire over there. So I'm going to cut this wire here, and then I'll be able to pull it through that pipe. All right. So here we are under the trailer, and they had this wire run before, just up over the shackle spring. So I think I'll do the same thing. I'm just going to stick it through here, and then toss it over there, move up to the front, and bring it up through here, over, I guess I can just come over the top of the frame here. Is there a way to come? Oh boy, unfortunately there's no place to come over the frame in the top. Yeah, that is not really good because it could get drug off up here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So up here, they've got it run over this bar here. Then they've got a hole drilled here. Actually, it's not drilled. You can see that big glob of metal. It looks like they just blew it out with a torch. They have a little tube here. They have the wire run through, but from here up, there's really no way to get from there to here. So maybe I'll just drill me a hole in here so that I can not have to come below this frame like this. But that means I'm not going to be able to put this through. I'll have to go the other direction. So let me get out my trusty drill and see if I can drill through this thing here somewhere. That's going to be a little bit of a pain. Hey, wait a minute. I think if I'm feeling right, it feels like a little small hole up there. Let me see. Is there? Yes, there is. Okay. Let me see if this will fit through there. Ooh, hold on just a second. Come on, baby. Will you go through there for me? No, this thing is too big to go through, but I think if I go the other way and pull the wire backwards, it will go. All right, so I think I'll go with this the opposite way. And I think they've already got, yeah, they've got a little tube there. So let me tie onto these wires, tape them on, and then I'll just pull it all through the way they had it originally. So they have a tube here that they had the wires run through already that goes over there. So I'm going to tape onto these wires here and then just pull them through. All right, so let me grab some of these now and just tape on. And hopefully that will just pull right through. Okay, let's see how that goes. Let's see if we can make sure it goes in there. Not sure how small that tube is, but we'll see. The old wires came out of it, so why would these not? There we go. Okay, yep, it's going. I just want to make sure I don't chafe the wires as they're going in here. We'll pull off any of the insulation. Oh, okay, so they're already out the other end here. All right, they're already out the other end, so let me pull this a little bit and then pull them through. Let me go ahead and pull this wire through. And again, I'm being careful not to pull too hard because I don't want to damage the insulation any. And now let's go ahead and pull here. It goes back through this pipe again. So let's see if I can get it through there. I'm lucky that the old wiring was still here. Makes it a lot easier pulling this stuff through versus having to pull it from beginning. Okay. Okay, I'm going to see how much I need up front now to actually plug into the truck and be sure I leave plenty for that. Okay, so I'm going to need to come up through here. And I'm going to need to plug in here. Okay, so let's be sure to leave. You don't need to leave a whole lot, but better to have a little much that you can always tie up somewhere than to not have enough. Okay, so that looks good. Let's continue with pulling this back toward the back. So now let's go. I think they went just right back. For some reason, I think they went this way. And then through a little hole right here. There we go. Let me go ahead and pull this over on this side. I think they did that just to keep it up so it wouldn't hang down here. Yep, okay. Then I'll go over the top here again, and I'll put some zip ties on this too, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. All right, so we go back over the axle, and I think they came right through this shackle here and then down. I don't think that would get pinched in that shackle anyway. It's actually the shackle hanger. And then the yellow and brown stay on this side, and the green and brown have to go through that pipe again. So let me tape these together. And then I'll pull that through the pipe to the other side. The kit did come with wire nuts, but I think what I'm going to do is I've got some of these crimp-on connectors, so I think I'm going to use those. And then I've also got some of this heat shrink tape also, so I will try that. Now the only thing that I just realized that my crimpers that I have are not the right size for this, but I think they'll work. I can just squeeze it in. So let me see if this is the correct size. Yep, I believe so. So let's strip those off and get to crimping and heat shrinking. So the first thing I want to do is just strip these off a little. These are great little strippers. They can adjust the depth of what you want to strip. And then it's an automatic kind of stripper. Let's see. Let's see how that does. Maybe a little bit more than that. That looks pretty good. Let's see how far it goes into the connector here. Yeah, I think that's perfect. I know it's going to be hard to see on camera, but that's just the right depth. All right, let's do the other one here. Not quite sure why those are not the same length, but I can fix that. Okay. And that one looks like it cut just a hair longer, but that'll be fine. And let's take these, spread them apart a bit. I'm just twisting the wires up here so that when I put them in the connector, that they will go in all the way. I think I'm going to try one of these blue shrink wraps here. I think that's going to be big enough that this is a shrink wrap also, or shrink kind of thing, but I just want to do a double, kind of a double protector here. All right, so I got both my wires in there. Let me just crimp this first one down a bit. I'm not an electrician, as you can see. Tell you what, I'm going to put that on the other side because this is a little bit hard to hold. I'm going to crimp that first side a bit. Now let's get the brown here. Oops, let me get my heat shrink on there. Okay. Okay, crimp that. Let's see how that did. Did I hold it? Oh, nope. Didn't crimp it hard enough. Fortunately, it will go back in there.
Can I get some help?
Yep. Okay, I believe that's got it. All right, so I think I've got the first one crimped here. Not very pretty, but I'd rather it be nicely crimped than to come loose. All right, yep, okay, so let's see if we can heat shrink it now and see what happens there. I've got my heat gun. Let's plug her in. This is a huge heat gun. I'm sure it's way overkill for what I need. Let's put the smallest tip I have on it. All right. Booger is hot. Guess that's why they call it a heat gun. I almost started shrinking this other one up here too. I don't want to do that. Let me see if I can. Man, that booger's hot. Let me see if I can get this over the top. Yep. Now I'll put a little heat on that one too. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Good to go, I think, on that one. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, I think that's got them. Now I'll make sure those are connected up. The kit did come with some little clips that holds it to the frame, so I'll use those on the other side. So let's do the next one. Now this one is way long, but the wire here is like really short on the back here. So let me zip these little things off, and then we'll put them in our. Now let's see what we can do with this ground wire here. I don't know if this thing's gonna come out or not. Let me see if I can get a wrench that will fit on that. All right, let's see if we can get this out without breaking it off. That would not be good. That looks like it is a 8mm. Okay. I'll try the impact here. Let's see what I can do. Hey, look at that. It did. It was zipped right out. Okay. Now, I just need to get a wire over there. So let me back you up just a bit. You can see that that ground wire is nowhere close to getting over there and grounding anything. So I'm going to extend it. I'm going to use a piece of the wire that I cut off here from the other tail light and extend it out. All right, now I just need to bring this over to the ground. All right, so I've got a little clip that also came with the kit. So they did a good job with providing you with really everything you need, even though I'm going a little beyond what was probably needed. Let me get a little piece of heat shrink to go across this also. Now, definitely not needed because it's a ground, but I just want to make sure it's going to stay on there well. So I'm going to put that right in there, and I double this over just so it would hold a little better also. Oops. Come on, baby. Of course. Oh, let's see what I'm doing wrong now. There is a hole that you slide the wire through, and then you pull these little clips back over it to secure it. So I can do that. I can do that, he said. So there's a little hole right in the end of this thing. And I'm going to slide the wire through that. And then I'm going to fold it over like that. And then I will clamp this on. Let's see, I'm trying to find a good way to do it. Get down in there. There we go. Okay. How's that look? Well, let's see. You can't see it, can you? All right, and then I'll move the little heat shrink doodad up. Give her a little heat shrink. All right, and I'm going to clean this off a bit before I put that screw back in. I just got a little piece of sandpaper here. Clean off the paint and the dirt and the grime. All right, that should do good. I'm going to use the same screw again. And I'm going to put that right in there like that. Okay, not sure whether it's better to go like that, maybe. Well, I'm going to eventually wrap all this, so I'm going to go back toward the back with that. So let's just do this. Okay, so there's our ground. Now, I think we're ready to test. All right, so let's try this out. I've turned the Bluetooth off on my phone, which is what I'm recording with, and the Wi-Fi, because my truck will connect to my phone, I think, as soon as I crank it up. My microphone is USB, so let's try it out. All right, I just put my lights on manual. And yeah, I got tail lights too. All right, that looks like everything working. Now this is all part of the kit. So it came with these little clips that you can hold your wire up onto the trailer with. So I'm going to try some of these and see if I can get it up out of the way so it's not hanging down. And you can see it came with these crimp over things. These might have been easier. You just kind of push them and crimp them over. Came with an extra little eyelet, and it came with some washers. Oh, and this kit also came, I think I showed it when I unboxed it, with these side marker lights, which I'm not going to use on this little trailer. Actually might put them on my bigger trailer, utility trailer, because it's longer and could use them better. This trailer is very short. Let me see if I can get one of these little clips on here now to hold the wire. I tried to put it on by hand and I couldn't get it to slide in by hand. So I'm going to try to tap it on. There we go. And then the wire just goes up in here like this. Oh yeah, look at that. Now these little clips have two sides to them. One, you see it's got a barb on it. So that's going to be the top side here. It's got a little barb. The bottom does not. The bottom is where you want to put your wire. That top side has the barb to keep it from sliding back off of your frame when you put it on there. Put one right here. So get the little thing with the barb. Put it at the frame. Oop. Lost it. Okay, barb right there. Okay. And then you just slide your wire in the side that does not have the barb. That way you're not cutting your wire. All right. Okay, so I put a couple of those little clips. There's one there. I put one here. Don't really need one there, but then I put a couple on back there to hold. And then one, as you saw, on each side to hold the wire up and keep it from getting caught on anything. I just want to do one more thing to secure this. I want to get like one of those, and I think I might have some, that accordion style wrap that goes around this to keep those wires together instead of wrapping it with electrical tape. That's always a mess because it starts coming loose and then it gets all sticky and messy. All right, so I've got the wiring harness put in this little plastic loom here so that it's kind of tucked together. I just have it taped at the ends, a little bit in the middle, and then here. I kind of wish I had a longer piece that I could go around here and maybe keep this from chafing any, but I don't think it will. I'm more concerned with this piece around the safety chains getting tangled up. And I also put the new clips on the safety chains here, as you can see. And the way I did this is I got this this bolt, or I'm not quite sure what you call these things. It's threaded, and I was able to get it through the chain here and then through the new safety chain latch, and I was able just to hook the old hook into that, and then these just kind of lock on like that, and then they don't come off. So there you go. And with that, I think that completes this project of updating the little stock trailer that we have here. All right, that's it for this video. We're losing our daylight, and good thing we got our lights on our trailer now. So we're ready to go, be a little bit safer with that. I hope this was helpful for you. If you liked the video, as always, give me a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything, but helps the channel out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. And remember to ring that bell notification so that anytime I post a new video, you'll get notified and you can come check it out. All right, thanks for watching and see you next time on Thistle Hill Farmstead.